Good morning, dolls, and welcome to Little Gretchen's workshop. So today I have a wonderful unboxing, and it starts out with this beautiful card from my precious doll, Miss Terry. And she shared that she's only been into miniatures a little over a year, and she's been inspired by my channel, which really touches me in a special way. And in addition to the lovely card filled with kind words, there is a tiny envelope inside the card that contains 2 tiny copies of the Emancipation Proclamation. And Miss Terry, I know that a gift like this was sent with so much love, care, and kindness. I sincerely appreciate your thoughtfulness. So let me tuck them back in the envelope to keep them safe. And I just love that the envelope is purple. Now this next package is from my precious doll, Laura W. Now, Laura W. has been with me since the very early days and stages of my channel, and it's really heartwarming to know that she's still here to see me at this stage in my YouTube journey. Thank you so much, Laura, for being here and being so supportive of my content. Now, I know many times you dolls want me to read the cards ahead of time, but I'm going to have to start saving them for afterward. And Laura, the first thing I pulled out was this wonderful bag of floral items. Now, Laura had sent me some of these to prepare for Marguerite and Sadi's wedding, and they're right on time for Pop and Miss Betty, and for vases and things in the rest of my houses. This is perfect, so it's enough to make flowers for everybody. And I really get excited when I realize you all send me supplies that match the storyline of what's going on among the dolls. Now, this next little package is so symbolic, and I really, really love it because it's a small bag of faith with a little bottle of faith inside. Faith is definitely an essential ingredient on this journey. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So there's so many things in this box. I'm going to try to just take everything out and show them after the box is empty. Laura, this is absolute treasure trove of goodies. To reboot and reload my entire stash of what are you keeping that for? Oh my goodness, Laura, this box is packed. When I say exceedingly abundantly above what I could ask or think, yes, I'm definitely running out of places to store all these lovely things. Look at all the beads. All the beads. So I'm going to have to start creating things faster and selling things from my little store, or I'm not going to be able to turn around in my craft room. I can't wait to just sit down so I can sort through everything. It's silica beads for my grapes. And I was actually considering ordering me some, and now I don't have to. Thank you, Laura. And look at these lovely pastel shades of thread and trim and ribbon. Oh, and this is some red netting or tulle. This is really great, Laura, because it comes in handy for so many things. Oh my, look at the bright colored feathers. Those are really pretty. Oh, Laura, a whole bag of tulle charms. Oh, my goodness. And look at this little container of nail art. It's filled to the brim. And that little piece of wood is perfect for a little table. Dolls, look at this. It's a water hose. Now, dolls, I'm not really into outdoor scenes, but I'm going to have to make an exception for this. Laura, this is just plain adorable, and it's got the spigot and everything. I mean, in the frenzy of everything, that just takes the cake. But with all of this, you would think that's it, but there's more. Now, Laura, you're the second person to send me embroidery floss, and I don't even embroider things, but your dolls have got me thinking maybe I should. And then she included fabric, and I love that they're in small pieces so that when you use them, you don't have a lot of excess scraps left over. And she included another type of mesh. So now we've got something tiny wrapped in tissue paper, so let me be careful. I always pause when I see tissue paper because that either means it's something delicate and fragile or breakable. Oh my goodness. Laura. Oh my goodness. Laura. Oh my goodness. Laura. Thank you. It's a bracelet, dolls. It actually looks more like an anklet. And it's got my initial on it. Oh, so Laura, I'm a little bit disoriented now. I just want to tell you thank you for your thoughtfulness and your kindness and everything you included in this box. It means so much more than I can even explain. Thank you. So dolls, I had to stop and regroup, and now I'm back to open the next box. And this box comes from my precious doll, Carol K. And this bright yellow happy face card really made me giggle. And the funniest part about Carol's card is that she's apologizing that she sent me something with one of the little mini brand boxes being empty. I honestly didn't realize the box was empty. I saw the shape of the item. I thought it was a mold. So that just lets you know how clueless I was about the mini brands. And dolls, I will leave a link in the description so you can see that unboxing and you'll know what we're talking about. Carol, you are too much. This is not only a lamp, but a spare battery. You are just too precious. I've got to put it in right now, dolls. Now, dolls, if you're not familiar, these are battery-powered lights or LED dollhouse lights, and you pop the little battery button out and replace it, and look at that. That is just so precious. Carol, thank you. That's as cute as it wants to be. And I can always use a battery-powered light because my dollhouses are not electrified. I use LED battery-powered lights in all of my dollhouses. Oh my goodness, dolls, little china treasures. Look at this little teapot. Oh, isn't that cute? I love little tiny things like this. What is this? Oh, and it's a little pot. Oh, it's burgundy. No, it's actually more of like a rose or kind of magenta. That's beautiful. That looks like something my grandmother had. Oh, I love that. And another picture of iced tea. You can never have too many of those in this heat. Oh, wow. And now another little box of treasures. Look at this, dolls. Now this looks like it's a really tiny pot of what looks like macaroni. Carol, are you serious? That is so cute. Carol, I truly love everything. Now this was included in the bundle, but it fell apart. It's a little gramophone, dolls, and it just needs to be reassembled. I'll put it together with some glue a little bit later, but I'm trying to give you a glimpse of all the other goodies. But dolls, wait, look at this cobalt colored picture. What a beautiful shade of blue. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's really nice. I really, really like that, Carol. Thank you. So here I tried to sit everything down so you could see it. All of these items are so lovely. Now she included this adorable jar of green beans in a glass jar. So we're going to put that in the pantry. And I just wanted to show you these macaronis in the pot again. I'm going to paint that silver. Look at the finish on this little cross. That really looks interesting. And I've got to show you all these mini brands. They look so realistic. I mean, this one is like a food processor. That is really something. So I took everything out of the packages and set them out so you could see them all together. So there's also a blender, a waffle iron, and a coffee maker. Now, Carol, although an apology box was absolutely not necessary, I love absolutely everything. Now, this next bundle is from my precious doll, Frances. I call her Frances from Ecuador, but she sent me several lovely things. I love that she put little notes inside everything. Now, these are some area rugs, and she said inside the little note that if I couldn't use them as rugs, they'd be great for carpet bags. Now, in addition to these lovely rugs with the beautiful patterns, she sent a whole treasure trove of supplies, from tiny detail brushes to these lovely filigree wood pieces and all kinds of wonderful metal findings. And dolls, look at this adorable little set of keys. And this next little bag has some metal findings as well. But dolls, look at all this like almost like vintage media and labels. And I really love the faded print and the vintage colors. I could use it as postage and packaging items. And dolls, look at some of the papers look like they have handwriting and postage stamps on them. So those type of things can be useful for so many different things. Thank you so much, Frances. There's even a Monopoly board in there. Now these look like little locket frames, but looks like she used them for picture frames. Now these are those little soft puffy jewels, but it's really nice because the outer part of the jewels or the framing part would be great for picture frames. Now this next item is a little tray so I can work with all my gems and jewels and then pour them back in the container. And look at this. It's more florals. And I love that they're different. So I'm going to have to assemble some floral arrangements as well. Now I got so tickled when I saw this next bundle. It's actually men's hats. Now although they're bigger than 12 scale, I think they're really cute. And I do have an idea for one of them. And there's a little bag of balloon lights. Now this next little package is really interesting. It's like some oriental looking trays, kind of enameled with the black and gold. I think those are really cute. Now they're a little bit bigger than 12 scale, but I think they're lovely. And here I'm just giving you a better look at those filigree wood pieces. Those are really, really nice. I have an idea for that too. And here are two lovely little laundry baskets. Those are cute. And then I realized this with this little note. She said she's given me some of her great-grandmother's fine linen hankies. Oh, this is really pretty. Look at that. I just love how it's trimmed on the edge. Isn't that delicate and lovely? These are really beautiful. Yeah, I've got some really nice ideas for that. Thank you, Frances. She also included this wonderful bundle of ribbons and trims. Now I'm kind of just going through things, dolls, because it's so much. I just can't do it all on this video. Now this is like a little perfume bottle, but it's beautiful. It might be really good as a base to a lamp. Now these are almost like the kind of plates that you put under a microscope or in something we used to call a Viewmaster when I was a kid. Does anybody remember Viewmasters? It would be really tiny pictures, but when you looked at it through the Viewmaster, all the pictures got big and they look really realistic and beautiful. I got so tickled when I saw this pink bear because I definitely have plans for him. And when I opened this, I was like, oh my goodness, what a beautiful picture. To me, this is the type of picture that would be beautiful on like an artist stand in an artist studio. I really love that. And she has some other pictures along with it, but it was just something about this one. I definitely have some great ideas for it. Now, I opened the bag with the trims in it and realized this would be a great rug, perfect for a hallway runner. And she also included this tiny little bundle of fabric, all very small pieces, which is great because it won't be a lot of scraps left over, just big enough for a really small project. But I love all of the little vintage prints. And the one piece on top is kind of fleecy and soft. It looks like it'd be perfect for making some things for the baby, like some bunting and blankets, or even those little outfits that I like to call panda suits. I never thought I would have a day where I have a surplus of miniature fabric and small prints. Now, dolls, you can see from this angle, I have so many things on the table, and I'm trying to show you some of the little bead caps and findings. Now, these are made of some really firm paper. They're sort of like filigree doilies, and it's really nice because it came in several different designs. And these look like sort of like squares from those plastic tablecloths. It would be really cool if it could be stained to make it look like stained glass windows. And oh my dolls, look at this. It's a little tiny bottle of perfume and then a globe. And dolls, when I unwrapped this next piece, I didn't even know what to say. It's actually a guitar inside a guitar case. Did you make this, Frances? Now, at first glance, I thought it was removable, but when I tried to remove it, it resisted me. So I didn't want to pull on it too much and break it. But it's really, really nice. It's really, really realistic looking. And I think it'll make a great addition to the music room among the other instruments and things. Now, when I put the guitar down, I realized that she had added a note. But the note wasn't about the guitar. It was about the dressing screen she had created. Now, she made mention that it may need a little repair, but it may work really well in the dress shop. Now, dolls, really quick, in addition to the wonderful box of supplies and treasures that Frances sent me, she had sent me a letter a couple months before, and I hadn't shared it on the channel. And it was really sweet and very encouraging because she had had some foot and ankle challenges as well, and so she could empathize with what I was going through in the midst of my recovery. And in the letter, it was such a sweet letter, and she even included pictures of a bearskin rug she had created, and even the dollhouse project that she was working on while she was recovering. Frances, these are such wonderful pictures, and it's such an inspiration to me to see the work that you dolls are doing. Now, dolls, these are just quick glimpses of the massive project she's working on. That's the inside, and this is the front. And I really love the facade and the brick on that building. That's really nice, Frances. And these pictures here are more like the close-ups of the inside of the house. And it's beautifully furnished, very detailed. And here's the lovely dining room and even the bathroom right there. And even a quick glance at the kitchen. Frances, thank you for the letter and all the lovely pictures. Now, dolls, this next gift bundle comes from my precious doll, Sher Lynn. Now, Sher Lynn is the one that's gotten all her grandchildren involved in miniatures. And there's a little gift attached to this note that's from her little granddaughter named Avery. And she said Avery is always spying out little mini treasures. And she wanted me to have this. Thank you so much, Avery. I'm going to put this to good use. It actually looks like something I could use among the baby's things. Thank you. And I truly cherish the idea that I could be planting seeds for the next generation of new miniaturists. This is really precious to me, Avery. Thank you. Now I'm going to keep that aside to go among the baby's things, so let me see what else there is. Now, the gift from Avery was specifically for me, but these items she says that I could keep or share in any way I like. But when I look at this little bag of tiny flowers, I see a whole new generation of hats. Oh, and look at this, dolls. Paper labels. I always can use them because I don't do Photoshop or do a lot of printing or paper projects. So these are right on time. Thank you, Sher Lynn. Oh my goodness, no way. Now, dolls, I just made a little cradle the other week and I put little roses on them. And I don't even know if you realize I was trying to be sparing in my selection of the ones I chose because I only had a few. Wow. It is definitively clear, Sher Lynn, that you are being led. I've got to stay focused, but I love these roses. And then these little metal discs, they're perfect as trays for the perfume bottles. This is from Sher Lynn's doll, Meemaw, also known as Ruby. Oh, and this is a little bitty dress form, and it will be perfect for the little girls' dresses that Marguerite is making. I do have one that one of my other dolls, Becky, had given me, so this will be great. So I have two little dress forms. So this gift was right on time, Ruby. And here's some cording that could be painted to be a decorative element. Now, Sher Lynn says this next little box is a random box of goodies. Sher Lynn, none of your gifts are random. This is literally like you're gifting me everything on my wish lists. Okay, so it's like little blocks and washi tape. And look at this big, beautiful bowl, the perfect size to bathe a baby in. And look, more tiny flowers and all these wonderful little findings that are just useful for so many things. And look at all these tiny little copper leaves. Aren't those lovely? And look at the lovely dove on this little silver buckle. And here's a pack of fasteners, which were some of my original supplies as a child. And dolls, I got so tickled when I saw all of these. I mean, who can't use extra spoons? Now, they're charms. I'll have to remove the little loop at the bottom, but they're perfectly sized. And I'll forever be grateful for Sher Lynn sharing the idea about using quinoa as dry beans. And dolls, I was totally outdone when I saw it said keep or share, and then it said maybe these will help you with your business. And dolls, this truly touched me so much because so many of the things that she's given me and so many of you all have given me are going to be helpful for me making things to put into my shop. But when I saw this container with the resin and more silicone molds and things, it really made me feel encouraged because I've had so many ideas about things that I wanted to make to sell, but I had baskets of things that I still needed to purchase. And you all are just absolutely fulfilling my wish list. And I don't know if that really makes sense to anybody, but it really makes me feel seen. At this point, she's given me enough silicone molds. I'm going to have to do a whole video on the things that I make with the molds and the resin. Oh, and she included some beautiful beads for my perfume bottles. Now, this next box had some very lovely period-appropriate accessories. Look at this, dolls, another gramophone. So I can have one in at least two of the houses, and more specifically, the houses that don't have music rooms. And I got so excited when I saw this little camera. Oh my goodness. You know, with the invention of cell phones, you don't see cameras anymore. And this one is perfect for my time period. And I'm sitting here thinking it'd be really cool if I made like a tripod or a stand for it. And then last but not least, the lovely wall telephone. Now, a little bit earlier in the video, she mentioned that I may be able to use some of the things for my business. And at this point, I'm just about to just lay out on my floor because she says she wants to invest in my business, and she's included all these wonderful little jars to fill with food and beans and resin and sell on my website. And she sent me some in a previous unboxing, and now she has sent me more. And so this is just another example about how sometimes you'll be focused on how certain things are going to work out, and you're expecting it one way, and it comes a different way. But it's clear to me now I have everything I need to be successful. Now, right here, I'm sitting in the midst of tears, and then this just made me laugh. I just got so amused to realize that these are onions. She made me onions, and she made the body of the onions, but gave me instructions on how to put them up so I can hang them up in my kitchens and how I can make some more. So dolls, I have so many things on my table from all the packages. I try to set everything together so I won't get things all mixed up, but it's a few items I just had to revisit. because they were just so cute and so precious to me. And quite specifically, this little package that was given to me by Sher Lynn's little granddaughter, Avery. And I just got to look at it again a little bit more closely. Now, she gave me a tiny little bowl, which I think will be wonderful to add food to feed the little babies. And I could use this to be some type of produce item to use in the kitchen. And the tiny piece of cloth, I was thinking I could turn it into a little pot holder. I really love that it's a little vintage print. And I'm really just too tickled by this tiny camera. It is so perfect. It would have been so cool to have that at the first wedding. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who sent me gifts today. This has been such a special unboxing. I appreciate everything you all do to support me and encourage me on my YouTube journey, and to support and encourage me to go ahead and get my store opened and started. And I guess I really better end this video because I just have just an incredible urge to just go ahead and start playing. I just want to open everything up, spread it out, sort through it, and figure out what I can start creating. I just want you dolls to know just how much I appreciate this. Now, dolls, if you enjoyed this video today and want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe. And always look for me on Mondays after 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, dolls, some of you all know that I was sharing my unboxings and hauls on Wednesdays, but they didn't do very well on Wednesdays, so I had to move them back to Mondays, which is my regular upload day. So I just wanted to let you dolls know so there wouldn't be any confusion. And until next time, I'm looking forward to seeing you all right here on Little Gretchen's Workshop. Bye-bye now, dolls.